What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Austin. I'm a professional skydiver and a private pilot. I make videos every Wednesday about skydiving or aviation, and today we're flying the plane around with my dog Kepler. If you missed one of my last videos, I took him up for his first flight. We just did one loop around the pattern and he seemed a little bit intimidated. So we did some more work off camera. I actually built him a harness system, which was part of last week's video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. And I have some earmuffs for him. So today's plan, we're just gonna hop in the airplane, fly about 15 minutes to the west to another grass strip where we can get out and go on a little walk. Let's hop straight into it. So this is the harness system I built him. It's just a regular dog harness, which I modified to hold an aviation seatbelt buckle. And then I built this to attach to the airplane. So this will be his actual seatbelt that just clips straight into his harness like this. And then I can cinch it down and hold him tight to the seat. So wanna go flying? You ready to go flying? Let's go flying. So in my last video where I made this harness, I didn't actually have Kepler here, so I could have him hop in and connect him to it. So I'm gonna do that right now before I pull the plane out of the hangar, just to make sure that it's actually gonna work the way I envisioned it in my head. So pretty simple. This is all one piece. This loop at the end here just clips straight into the factory seatbelt in my airplane like so, and clips back to itself and gets tightened down to restrain him to the seat here. Then I can just flip that up over the back while he hops in. Hop up. Good boy. Sit. Hey, sit down. Sit. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're going flying. And now I can just clip him in right here. I can just tighten this down a little bit, not so much that it's actually pulling tension on him, just enough that it'll keep him from sliding down under the controls here. I actually think that's gonna work great. Like I mentioned also in my last video, right now this is tied down to the seat, which is pulling tension down towards the seat bottom. Instead, what I might try to do in the future is connect it behind the seat over here so that he has slack in this direction, which might make it more comfortable. But we'll try this out for today. I can always modify it if I need to. That's the beautiful part about making things, is if I don't like it, I can just adjust it. So off camera, I just made a couple adjustments. I didn't like the way that the seatbelt tugged his back down towards the seat. So I still have it connected to the seatbelt here, but I loosened it a little bit and shoved the seatbelt underneath the seat. So now his harness is looping up over the top of the seat. So now he can just sit comfortably, and that's just going to clip straight into his back there. And it should be a lot more comfortable for him. But I think with that, we are ready to hop into the airplane and go fly on this beautiful day. Come on, hop up. Hop up. Good boy. Okay. Put our seatbelts on. Loosen that up just a little bit. Now he's all connected, and the last piece of the puzzle are a set of these dog earmuffs. My buddy gave these to me to try out. I've put them on him a couple times. They don't seem to stay on all that well. So I reached out to another friend, and he recommended me get a pair of the Rec Specs dog earmuffs. So we're going to try these out, and if they don't work, we can always switch companies. But we'll see. Okay. We did do some work at home and around the airport here wearing these earmuffs, and he doesn't seem to mind all that much, which is good.
He does kick them off after a little while, but hopefully once we're in the air, he sees that they're doing good and tries to leave them on, so I don't have to put them on 10 different times. You ready? The airplane's been warming up for about 5 minutes now, and he hasn't tried to take his earmuffs off, which is a good sign. So we are ready to go. We're going to taxi down to runway 8, and we have a 12-mile flight over to Gunley Field, which is a nice grass strip that we can go for a walk at. Should be a relatively short flight. Probably no more than about 10 minutes or so, which is perfect for his second time in the airplane.
Sylvania traffic, Cessna 9 Sierra Tango, back taxi, runway 8, Sylvania.
The only thing I'm noticing with these headphones so far is they seem to want to slide down his neck a little bit. So once we get to the end of the runway, I'll give him a bit of adjustment, try to put them back on top of his head. I think that's something that we're going to run into with these though. Yeah, they're already sliding off the back of his head here. Luckily it's a short flight, he doesn't have to wear them for too long. Are you ready, Kepler? All buckled in, got your ear protection? Let's go.
Sylvania traffic, Cessna 9 Sierra Tango, departing runway 8 to the north, Sylvania.
Perfect. Well, we're just leaving Sylvania. It's showing 9 minutes till we get to Gunley. We're going to climb up to 2,500 feet, and we'll see you on the descent. We've been flying for about 5 minutes now. Kepler seems 10 times more comfortable than he did on our first flight, which is really, really good. This is showing huge improvement, which means I'm getting even more excited to bring him out on some camping adventures this summer.
Gunley traffic, Cessna 399 Sierra Tango, 10 miles to the southeast, inbound, left traffic on 19er, Gunley.
I also really like how the seatbelt is working out. I'm glad that I was able to loop it underneath the seat instead. It has just enough slack that I can tension it down if I need to, but he seems to be sitting perfectly comfortable. The only issue is he's not able to fully lay down because the strap is a little bit too short, so I might have to pull it apart and lengthen the strap just a bit so once we're up in cruise, he's able to lay down on the seat without being pulled by the harness. Yeah, you're going to learn to love the airplane. It means we're going fun places.
Gunley traffic, Cessna 9 Sierra Tango, left downwind, runway 19er, Gunley.
Alright, now I can just cinch this down just a bit to give him a little bit less movement here.
Gunley traffic, Cessna 9 Sierra Tango, final 19er, Gunley.
Alright, well that was very successful. His first real flight that wasn't just in the pattern at our home airport. To find a place to park over here, probably on the west side of the airport. There's a nice tree line that looks like we can walk around. Perfect.
Come on. Good boy, Kepler. Good boy. One of my favorite parts of the harness that I designed is that once we get where we're going, I can just pull it off the airplane and use it as a dog leash. I always forget to bring leashes everywhere I go, so this is gonna be super nice. I'll always just keep this in the airplane. We'll always have a leash. This is just another example of why I always come to these grass strips. We're about maybe 200 feet away from our airplane, which I parked on the other side of this blue hangar, and there is a perfect hiking road that just goes into the woods over here. So I'm gonna let Kepler off the leash. Sit. Okay. and we're gonna go hike around for a little bit. It is a beautiful spring day, 75 degrees, 5 knots of wind. This is exactly why I want to get Kepler used to the airplane, so that we can fly out into the middle of nowhere and he can enjoy himself. This is amazing. Last night after jumping, I went home and decided to make a logo for the YouTube channel. I'll pop it up right here. I really like these old vintage badge style logos, and the text on it, best day since yesterday, is something that an old skydiving friend of mine said to me one time, and it's stuck with me ever since. Let me know what you think of the badge. I'm gonna start by embroidering it on a couple personal shirts for myself, probably make myself a hat. And down the line, if anybody's interested, I'll probably make some more. But let me know what you think of it. Do you like the slogan? Do you like the way the old vintage badge looks? I do. I've always just really liked vintage pinup art, and I think the badge is kind of close to that. So let me know what you think. The oldest trick in the book, set the camera down and walk away like it's not there. Just getting back to the hangars now. I didn't realize what time it was. 12:30, I have to be at work to go do some skydives at 1 o'clock. So Kepler and I are gonna jump right back in the airplane, head back to the airport, and call this mission a success. Good boy. Alright, well we are back in the airplane. We gotta skedaddle, we gotta get to work. Gonna depart runway 19, the same runway we took off from, and it should be about another 9-minute flight back. You ready, Kepler? Well, that went super well. I'm really excited that Kepler seems to have gotten over his fear of flying. I think once he starts to associate going on airplane rides with either walks or going camping or just fun things in general, he'll start to get more and more comfortable as we fly more. We have a long summer ahead of us, many adventures to come. Don't forget to tell me what you think about the new logo, and I'll see you next Wednesday.
You got me exclusive. I'm so high, I open lucid. You take me